Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Filled with hilarious antics, heartwarming moments, and memorable quotes, Home Alone has become a beloved Christmas classic, cherished by viewers of all ages. With its delightful blend of comedy, adventure, and holiday spirit, the film continues to entertain and delight audiences around the world, making it a must-watch during the festive season. Home Alone, indeed, remains a cherished holiday classic, even after more than 3 decades since its release. Let's take a look at some of the cast members and see what they've been up to since then. Macaulay Culkin rose to fame portraying Kevin in the iconic Christmas movie released in 1990. Kevin resides with his family in Winnetka, Illinois, where he often faces teasing, especially during family vacations. Feeling frustrated, he yearns for solitude. When his family accidentally leaves for Paris without him, Kevin believes his wish has finally been granted. Enjoying his newfound freedom, he indulges in movies and treats until confronted by 2 burglars attempting to break into the house. As the burglars plot their robbery, Kevin cleverly outwits them with elaborate traps. Along the way, he befriends a neighbor, Mr. Marley, and helps reunite him with his son. When the burglars ultimately capture Kevin, Marley comes to his rescue, leading to the apprehension of the criminals. On Christmas morning, Kevin's mom returns, apologizing for the oversight. They reconcile and the family reunites, unaware of Kevin's secret adventure. Observing Marley's joyful reunion with his son, Kevin feels happy for them until his brother scolds him about his messy room. Kevin simply smiles and hurries away. Following his role in another film, My Girl, Culkin reprised his role in the sequel to the Christmas movie in 1992. He married at 18 but divorced in 2002, later dating Mila Kunis for 8 years before their split in 2011. In 2017, Culkin found love with Brenda Song, and they have 2 children together. He hosts the Bunny Ears podcast and shares jokes about aging on Twitter. Additionally, in 2021, he appeared in Season 10 of American Horror Story. Joe Pesci, already a prominent star, brought humor to the role of Harry Lime in Home Alone, forming a comedic duo with Marv to burglarize the McAllister house. Prior to his role in this comedy, Pesci portrayed mobster Tommy DeVito in Goodfellas, earning an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 1991. In 1992, following My Cousin Vinny, Pesci reprised his role as Harry in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. He continued to showcase his talent in films such as Casino, 1995, Gone Fishin', 1997, and Lethal Weapon 4, 1998, before taking a hiatus from Hollywood in 1999. Although he briefly appeared in Love Ranch in 2010, he returned to the spotlight at the urging of director Martin Scorsese for Netflix's The Irishman in 2019. Currently, Pesci is slated to portray a fictionalized version of Pete Davidson's grandfather in the Peacock comedy series, Bupkis. Daniel Stern joined the cast as Marv Merchants, Harry's partner in crime in the movie. He made his entrance into the scene after a decade in the industry, having previously appeared in films like Diner, 1982, Hannah and Her Sisters, 1986, and DOA, 1988. In the 1992 sequel, Stern reunited with his co-stars while also lending his voice to the adult version of Kevin Arnold in the TV series The Wonder Years. His career continued with appearances in Whip It, 2009, and episodes of Workaholics and Getting On in 2013. Prior to his role on Hulu's Shrill from 2019 to 2021, he held a regular role on WGN's Manhattan. Katherine OHara portrayed Kate, Kevin's mom, in the iconic film. As the mother of 5, Kate shoulders the messy start to the movie and the bulk of responsibilities for preparing for the trip and packing the kids. Panicking on the morning of the trip, she realizes everyone overslept, and the family rushes to the airport, barely catching their flight. During the trip, she suddenly remembers they left Kevin home alone and manages to secure a ride home with a band that missed their flight. Despite the roller coaster of events following the incident, she safely reunites with Kevin at home. OHara had already made a name for herself in Hollywood, with supporting roles in the 1980s, notably in films like Beetlejuice in 1988. Following her role as the matriarch of the McAllister family, she remained busy with both movie and TV roles. She appeared on shows such as Glenn Martin DDS and Skylanders Academy, but her standout role came as Moira Rose, a comedic former soap star on Schitt's Creek. Her performance earned her an Emmy for Best Lead Actress in 2020, coinciding with the show's conclusion that same year. In 1992, OHara married production designer Bo Welch, and they have 2 children together. John Heard portrayed Kevin's dad, Peter, in the film. Before the family embarks on their trip, Peter converses with Harry, who poses as a police officer. Harry warns Peter about the increased risk of break-ins during Christmas and advises caution. Peter reassures him that they have installed locks and timers for lights. Before Harry can inquire further about their trip, they are interrupted by a buzz from the pizza delivery. An electrical issue causes the family to oversleep, resulting in them accidentally leaving Kevin behind. After the chaotic events settle and the family returns home, Peter discovers a peculiar tooth and wonders about its origin. Following his role as Kevin's dad, Heard continued to appear in numerous movies and TV shows, including Radio Flyer, Gladiator, and The Pelican Brief. He also featured in TV series such as The Client, The Sopranos, and Prison Break, in addition to guest starring on NCIS Los Angeles. Heard sadly passed away from a heart attack due to heart disease in July 2017 at the age of 71, leaving behind 3 children. Fuller McAllister, the youngest and only boy in the Frank and Leslie McAllister family, was 5 years old and had to share a bed with Kevin before their Christmas trip to France. Kevin wasn't thrilled about it because Fuller often wet the bed. Kieran Culkin, who portrayed Fuller, is Macaulay Culkin's real-life younger brother and appeared in several movies after Home Alone, often portraying annoying younger siblings. He notably appeared in She's All That in 1999. In 2003, Kieran received a Golden Globe nomination for his role in Igby Goes Down, but he took a hiatus until 2008, similar to his brother. Since 2018, he has starred in HBO's Succession, earning nominations for Best Supporting Actor at the Emmys and Golden Globe Awards. Kieran is a father to 2 children, Wilder Wolf and Kinsey Sue, whom he shares with his wife, Jazz Charton. Devin Ray brought Kevin's older brother Buzz to life in the film. The dynamic between the 2 brothers at this age was perfectly illustrated by Buzz and Kevin. After Buzz denies Kevin's request to share his room and frightens him with stories about a neighbor, he ensures Kevin faces their mom's wrath, leading to the spilled milk incident. This results in Kevin being relegated to the attic, making him late for the trip. Buzz isn't even surprised when they inadvertently leave Kevin behind, remarking that their street is too safe. Upon returning home, Buzz discovers that Kevin didn't cause chaos and is astonished to learn he went shopping. However, he later finds his room in disarray, prompting him to yell at Kevin. Following his portrayal of Kevin's bullying older brother Buzz and his involvement in the first 2 Home Alone films, Rattray appeared in various projects including Dennis the Menace, Strong Island Boys, The Prince and Me, Breaking Point, Nebraska, Masterminds, and Rough Night. He has also made appearances on Mosaic, Chicago Med, and The Tick. Angela Goethals portrayed Kevin's sister Linny in the holiday movie. Later, she appeared in films such as Jerry Maguire, Changing Lanes, and Spanglish. She also starred in television shows like Phenom, The Brotherhood of Poland, New Hampshire, and Do Over, and had a role in 24. In addition to her work in front of the camera, she has been involved in theater productions and has lent her voice to narrate audiobooks such as Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and the Lucy and Harris novella series. In 2005, she married Russell Soder, with whom she has 3 children. John Candy, a comedy legend, took on the role of Gus Polinski in Home Alone. At the airport, Gus and his band, the Kenosha Kickers, find themselves stranded when their flight is canceled. Kate McAllister also faces the same dilemma, trying to reach Chicago. Gus kindly offers her a ride with his band, which she accepts. In an attempt to lift her spirits, Gus shares anecdotes about his bandmates, who, like him, were often away from their children. He recalls a time when he accidentally left his child at a funeral home, but his son quickly bounced back, illustrating the resilience of children. Before Home Alone, Candy was already a familiar face thanks to his work on The David Steinberg Show and SCTV in the 1970s. He became a prominent figure on the big screen in the 1980s, starring in iconic films such as The Blues Brothers, National Lampoon's Vacation, Spaceballs, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, and Uncle Buck. Following Home Alone, Candy continued his acting career with movies like Only the Lonely, 1991, JFK, 1991, Once Upon a Crime, 1992, and Cool Runnings, 1993. His final film, Wagons East, was released in 1994, the same year he tragically passed away at the age of 43. Hilary Wolf, renowned for her portrayal of Megan in Home Alone, embarked on her acting journey with appearances in American Playhouse, The Magical World of Disney, and I'll Take Manhattan in the 1980s. Transitioning from acting, Wolf starred in Big Girls Don't Cry, They Get Even in 1991, and reprised her role for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. However, her primary focus shifted towards martial arts, particularly judo. Her accomplishments are extraordinary. She clinched the junior world title in 1994 in Cairo, becoming the first American to achieve this feat. With 5 American Championship victories under her belt, she qualified for the 1996 Atlanta and 2000 Sydney Olympics. Wolf excelled in international judo, securing triumphs in the World Cup in Liaodong, competing across various European World Cups, and earning gold in the U52 category at the 1999 Pan American Championships. Her judo journey was guided by Coach Ed Liddy. In 2002, she tied the knot with Chris Saba, and together they welcomed 2 sons in 2007 and 2010. In 2004, Wolf and Saba co-founded the Rocky Mountain Wrestling Club, based in Colorado Springs. Michael C. Marino embarked on his acting journey as Jeff McAllister in Home Alone and continued his role in Home Alone 2 the following year. He then transitioned to Nickelodeon's The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Subsequently, he took on smaller roles in shows such as Law and Order and Gilmore Girls. Additionally, Marino delved into behind-the-scenes work, contributing electrical expertise to notable projects like the Sex and the City movie and more recent films such as Your Place or Mine. His involvement in television expanded to include shows like Marvel's Luke Cage and Iron Fist, The Plot Against America, Dickinson, and Fleischman is in Trouble, where he handled electrical work and assumed various roles. In 2013, he tied the knot and now has 1 son. Jerry Bateman portrayed Uncle Frank alongside Culkin's Kevin. Prior to this role, he appeared in various TV shows such as American Playhouse, 1984, Crime Story, 1987, and The Equalizer, 1987. Following his reprisal of Uncle Frank in Home Alone 2, Bateman continued his acting career with roles in movies like The Bodyguard, 1992, Lorenzo's Oil, 1992, Great Expectations, 1998, Superstar, 1999, and Runaway Jury, 2003. He also ventured into television, making appearances in a 2014 episode of The Good Wife and joining The Following in 2015. Eventually, Bateman shifted towards theater and starred in the off-Broadway play Imaging Madoff, centered around Bernie Madoff's downfall in 2019. Officer Larry Balzac, a family crisis intervention officer, engaged in a conversation with Kate McAllister when she sought assistance regarding her son Kevin, who was inadvertently left behind during the family's vacation. The character was portrayed by Larry Hankin. Hankin has undertaken notable roles throughout his career, including Charlie Butts in Escape from Alcatraz, 1979, Ace in Running Scared, 1986, and Carl Alphonse in Billy Madison, 1995. Additionally, Hankin has portrayed smaller parts, such as Doobie in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Mr. Heckles on Friends, and Joe on Breaking Bad, and in El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. One of his earliest engagements was portraying Farley in the 1964 educational film Too Tough to Care. Furthermore, he made an appearance on Friends: The Reunion in 2021. Roberts Blossom, an esteemed actor, portrayed the McAllister family's neighbor, Old Man Marley, in Home Alone. Marley was rumored to be a killer known as the South Bend Shovel Slayer. Before the McAllisters departed, Buzz would recount frightening tales about Marley to Kevin and his cousin Rod. They timidly observed Marley from a distance, but hastily retreated when he glanced in their direction. When Kevin found himself home alone, burglars attempted to break in. Kevin managed to scare them off, but he himself was startled upon encountering Marley. On Christmas Eve at a church, Kevin crossed paths with Marley once more. They engaged in a conversation during which Marley revealed his family struggles and estrangement from his son following an argument. Moved by Kevin's encouragement, Marley decided to reach out to his son, recognizing the importance of reconnecting for the sake of his granddaughter. When the burglars captured Kevin, Marley came to his rescue wielding a snow shovel. The following day, Marley reconciled with his son, and they embraced warmly as Marley waved goodbye to Kevin before joining his family inside. Prior to 1990, Blossom graced the screen in films such as Slaughterhouse-Five, 1972, The Great Gatsby, 1974, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, and Escape from Alcatraz, 1979. Following Home Alone, Blossom continued his acting career for a few more years, appearing in movies like Doc Hollywood and Death Falls in 1991. He also took on roles in television shows such as Northern Exposure and Chicago Hope during the 1990s. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 87 in 2011 after suffering a stroke. Brooke McAllister, portrayed by Anna Rebecca Slotty, was the youngest daughter in the McAllister family. Prior to her role in Home Alone and its sequel, you may recognize her as Ruth Ann from The Torkelsons. Following her appearances in Home Alone and its sequel, Slotty made appearances on television shows such as Sister, Third Rock from the Sun, and Step by Step. Her final acting role was a guest spot on the show Get Real in 2000. Since then, Slotty transitioned careers and pursued law, becoming an attorney. In 2011, she married animator James Raitano, and they welcomed a son into their family in 2012. Diana Rain, formerly known as Diana Campianu, gained recognition as an American actress for her portrayal of Kevin's cousin, Sandra, in the first two Home Alone movies, Home Alone 1990 and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York 1992, as well as in Dennis the Menace 1993. Following her move to Los Angeles, she continued to pursue acting in short films, television shows, and commercials. Additionally, she explored writing, producing, and acting in her own film titled Gypsy Gift. Around 2007, Rain transitioned into the realm of music, focusing on songwriting, playing guitar, and recording. Since then, she has released 4 albums and several singles, establishing herself as a musician. Thank you for watching all the videos. See you again in the next videos.